Out of my sight, thou serpent, that name best befits thee with him leagued. Thyself is false and hateful, nothing wants but that thy shape, like his, in colour serpentine, may show thy inward fraud, to warn all creatures from thee henceforth, lest that too heavenly form, pretended to hellish falsehood, snare them. But for thee I had persisted happy, had not thy pride and wandering vanity, when least was safe, rejected my forewarning, and disdained not to be trusted, longing to be seen, though by the devil himself, him overweening to overreach, but with the serpent meeting, fooled and beguiled, by him thou, I by thee, to trust thee from my side, imagined wise, constant, mature, proof against all assaults, and understood not all was but a show, rather than solid virtue, all but a rib crooked by nature, bent as now appears, more to the part sinister, from me drawn, well if thrown out, as supernumerary to my just number found. Oh, why did God, Creator wise, that peopled highest heaven with spirits masculine, create at last this novelty on earth, this fair defect of nature, and not fill the world at once with men, as angels, without feminine, or find some other way to generate mankind? This mischief had not been befallen, and more that shall befall, innumerable disturbances on earth through female snares, in straight conjunction with his sex. For either he never shall find out fit mate, but such as some misfortune brings him, or mistake, or whom he wishes most shall seldom gain through her perverseness, but shall see her gained by a far worse. Or if she love withheld by parents, or his happiest choice too late shall meet, already linked in wedlock bound to a fell adversary, his hate or shame, which infinite calamity shall cause to human life, and household peace confound. He added not, and from her turned, but Eve, not so repulsed, with tears that ceased not flowing and tresses all disordered, at his feet fell humble, and embracing them besought his peace, and thus proceeded in her plaint. Forsake me not thus, Adam. Witness heaven what love sincere and reverence in my heart I bear thee, and unweeting have offended, unhappily deceived. Thy suppliant I beg, and clasp thy knees. Bereave me not, whereon I live, thy gentle looks, thy aid, thy counsel, in this uttermost distress, my only strength and stay. Forlorn of thee, whither shall I betake me, where subsist? While yet we live, scarce one short hour perhaps, between us two let there be peace, both joining as joined in injuries, one enmity against a foe by doom express assigned us, that cruel serpent. On me exercise not thy hatred for this misery befallen, on me already lost, me than thyself more miserable. Both have sinned, but thou against God only, I against God and thee, and to the place of judgment will return, there with my cries importune heaven, that all the sentence from thy head removed may light on me, sole cause to thee of all this woe. Me only, just object of his ire. She ended weeping, in her lowly plight immovable, till peace obtained from fault acknowledged and deplored, in Adam wrought commiseration. Soon his heart relented towards her, his life so late, and sole delight, now at his feet submissive in distress, creature so fair his reconcilement seeking, his counsel, whom she had displeased, his aid. As one disarmed, his anger all he lost, and thus with peaceful words upraised her soon. Unwary and too desirous as before, so now of what thou knowest not, who desirest the punishment all on thyself, alas, bear thine own first, ill able to sustain his full wrath, whose thou feelest as yet least part, in my displeasure bearest so ill. If prayers could alter high decrees, I to that place would speed before thee, and be louder heard, that on my head all might be visited. Thy frailty and infirmer sex forgiven, to me committed, and by me exposed. But rise, let us no more contend, nor blame each other, blamed enough elsewhere, but strive in offices of love, how we may lighten each other's burden, in our share of woe. Since this day's death denounced, if aught I see, will prove no sudden, but a slow-paced evil, a long day's dying to augment our pain, and to our seed, O hapless seed, derived. To whom thus Eve, recovering heart, replied, Adam, by sad experiment I know how little weight my words with thee can find, found so erroneous, thence by just event found so unfortunate. Nevertheless, restored by thee, vile as I am, to place of now new acceptance, hopeful to regain thy love, the sole contentment of my heart, living or dying, from thee I will not hide what thoughts in my unquiet breast are risen, tending to some relief of our extremes, or end. Though sharp and sad, yet tolerable, as in our evils and of easier choice. If care of our descent perplex us most, which must be born to certain woe, devoured by death at last, and miserable it is to be to others cause of misery, our own begotten, and of our loins to bring into this cursed world a woeful race, that after wretched life must be at last food for so foul a monster. In thy power it lies, yet ere conception to prevent the race unblessed, to being yet unbegot. Childless thou art, childless remain, so death shall be deceived his glut, and with us too be forced to satisfy his ravenous maw. But if thou judge it hard and difficult, conversing, looking, loving, to abstain from love's due rites, nuptial embraces sweet, and with desire to languish without hope, before the present object languishing with like desire, which would be misery and torment less than none of what we dread, then both ourselves and seed at once to free from what we fear for both, let us make short, let us seek death, or he not found, supply with our own hands his office on ourselves. Why stand we longer shivering under fears that show no end but death, and have the power of many ways to die, the shortest choosing, destruction with destruction to destroy?